Welcome to the Pitchfork podcast for March 9th, 2021. If you guys like the stream, hit the like button, hit share button. Make sure you let people know that I run this stream every day for you guys. Podcast for you guys, new show for you guys, bad cop, no donut for you guys, news and views in under a minute for you guys. Decorrectified for you guys. I give live reactions for you guys. I do this show for you guys so you can watch me work live. So I don't always do all of my projects live like this, but I do some of my live edits like this so that you guys can see me work live. You guys can get a chance to see the process in which I involve myself with coming up with some of the conclusions that I reach and some of the reasons why I say the things that I say. It's much easier, you know, instead of just I don't mind answering your questions, but if you just watch me work live, you can kind of like, you know, that will kind of fill in the blanks on a lot of things, because I talk so fast and I give you so much information in just one video. You know, like one video from me, you know, you're probably getting like 4 or 5 history lessons in like one video. So that's something that I'm known to do. I enjoy doing it. So with that being said, I am going to continue with the show. So there's going to be several news topics I'm going to be talking about today, but I'm going to get to some of the more mainstream news. I'm going to start off with some more general categories, and then move on to some more heavier stuff. Now, with that being said, I cover various things, and I want people to see right what people are saying about this, right? I want people to see some of the things that people are talking about when they discuss police brutality, racism, when they discuss some of the political issues, some of the social issues, some of the economic issues. I want people to see what some people are talking about. So there's various stories that have come out that I would say are very, very spicy. Things things I didn't know about originally until now, and I want people to hear about it, and I want people to get the news. So I'm gonna be covering several news stories. I'm gonna try to get some live edits done so that I can have some things planned out for the next couple of days. So that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into the news. All right, this is coming from South Alabama, or in general, Alabama, from CNN. 3 university professors placed on leave after photos surfaced of them at campus event wearing and holding racist symbols. Oh my God.
Enough from the clown.
Such clown stuff. And I would expect that from Alabama. A petition calling for the firing of 3 University of South Alabama teachers has started after a photo with racist symbols surfaced. That is
oh my God. Wow. Oh my God.
That is a major wow. Yikes. That's going to be a yikes for me. 3 professors at the University of South Alabama have been placed on leave after photo surfaced of them wearing and holding racist symbols at a campus event in 2014, according to a statement from the school. In 2 photos verified by university spokesperson Lance Crawford, one professor is pictured wearing a Confederate soldier's uniform, while 2 other professors pose with a whip and a noose. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, my God.
Who thought? Like, I understand that 2014 was 7 years ago, you know, so that was 7 years ago. But who thought even 7 years ago, in 2014, this was okay as a college professor? Now, the Confederate soldiers thing, I can kind of get it if you're doing like a reenactment or a performance. That in of itself is not a problem. But you have 2 other professors posing with a whip and a noose. That's oh my God. That is oh my God. I don't know. And you're in you at the University of South Alabama, so you already know, right? The perception people are gonna have about South Alabama. They're gonna assume that when you say things like "I tell you what," that you sound like this.
I'll tell you what.
That's what people think that professors and students from South Alabama are going to sound like anyways, right? So when you pose in a photo as a Confederate soldier with two other people, and I'm assuming they're white people, I can't see, right? I can't see black folk doing this. Posing with a whip and a noose. And you thought you were going to keep your job? I have watched men who have landed probes on comets. I mean, things that have never been done in American history, who have been made to apologize and have been reduced to tears because they wore an anime shirt with a anime girl with the provocative poses and all kind of stuff. That's the reason why this genius had to freaking apologize and cry on camera. And you thought that happened before this event in 2014. You thought posing as a Confederate soldier with two other professors, one of them holding the whip, another one holding the noose, and you thought, oh my God, you thought it wasn't going to backfire. According to a college statement, the photos were taken at a campus costume party held at Mitchell College of Business. So no, this was not a reenactment. This was not a performance, right? It was a campus costume party. So you have all these costumes: Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers. You got Pennywise. You know, you got so many choices. You got Mega Man. You've got Dante Devil May Cry. You got Resident Evil costumes. You got Hellraiser costumes, Hellboy costumes. You got John Wick costumes. I mean, you got so many costumes out there. Pokemon costumes, anime costumes, and you picked a Confederate soldier. Wow, and the ambiance, the visual and cultural and the racist ambiance that you decided to go with was a whip and a noose. And you're wondering why you're fired. You're wondering, you goddamn clowns.
Enough from the clown.
Wow. The three tenured professors, oh my God. White folk, why are y'all losing y'all good ass job over dumb shit? Why are y'all losing? Listen, I would fire a black person for doing this shit. I would fire a black person for doing this shit. Your white ass. Oh my God. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The three tenured professors placed on leave are Bob Wood, Alex Charlin, and Teresa Weltley. Crawford told CNN. University students created an online petition calling for their firing. It has more than 3,000 signatures. The fact that these professors are still currently employed by the university shows a deep failure to commit to a safe, welcoming environment for students of all backgrounds, the petition said. Racism cannot simply be given a slap on the wrist. It must be addressed as a serious issue it is. We cannot have professors who partake in this kind of behavior. University President Tony Waldrop said the university acknowledged failings in its initial response. The actions taken in response to these pictures, which were brought to the attention of the university leadership in 2020, should have been stronger and broader, and should have more clearly demonstrated our unwavering commitment to a safe and welcoming environment for every member of our community, he said in a statement last week. We acknowledge that in our response to this incident, we failed in our obligations and responsibilities to our students, our employees, and our community. For this, we are deeply sorry to everyone who was rightfully hurt and offended by these images.
Enough from the clown.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
I don't believe you. That's bullshit. Stop lying.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
You know what he was hoping? See, it was brought to their attention in 2020. So let me tell you what they were hoping. And again, I want you to see me when I say this, right? I want you to I want you to see this, right? I want you to see this. I want you to see this. What they were hoping was going to happen was that Trump was going to win because, mind you, this is the University of South Alabama. South Alabama, or no part of Alabama, isn't what I would call anti-Trump. Okay, so what they were hoping was going to happen is that this was 2020. It wasn't 2021 yet, so they were hoping that Trump was going to win. And then if Trump win, this was not really going to go anywhere because he's president and he could just simply go to Twitter with his freaking bully pulpit. See, I want people to see what's happening here, to see past the bullshit, to see what I see. This is basically why I run this live show, so that you can see what I see. You can see past the bullshit. Because once you realize that, you go, are you really sorry, or are you sorry that you got caught? Think about it for a second. Think about it just for a quick second. Just think about it. Just let it go around in your mind real quick. Think about it. Watch said Friday an investigation into the incident will be conducted by Suntrice Williams Maynard, a former trial attorney for the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in Mobile, Alabama, and a former assistant U.S. attorney for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Alabama. It is my goal to conduct an independent, unbiased investigation so that the leadership for the University of South Alabama will be in the best position to make an informed decision, Williams Maynard told CNN. And again, I'm very, very interested. I'm very, very interested to see how this turns out, because you got to understand, there are standards. There are standards of professionalism. And if a black student says, I have a tough time going to that classroom with that particular instructor, and, granted, you could always say, well, they can get a different instructor. But at that point, if you're making students feel uncomfortable, legitimately, I mean, this is a very dumb thing to freaking do. I think we can all agree this is very stupid, right? So if that's going to be the case, they got to go. I mean, just overall, just for the social health of your institution, they got to go, man. The university is bigger than 3 instructors. I'm going to say it for you again. The university is bigger than 3 instructors. So holding on to them, it's just not worth it at this point, especially given the fact that the reason why there's so much heat coming their way, it was self-inflicted. It wasn't something that someone just did to them. It was self-inflicted. Of the 3 teachers Of the 3 teachers involved in the photo, 2 issued statements through the university. 7 years ago, I rented and wore a last-minute costume that was ill-conceived to a faculty and student Halloween costume contest, which I served on a panel of judges to select the winners, Wood said. I sincerely apologize and am sorry for doing so and ask for forgiveness for this error in judgment. And again, it was, I do believe that it could have been last minute. I do believe that. But the problem is that it's South Alabama. That's what makes it so much harder to believe. If this were like Colorado, New York, somewhere like that, whereas the Civil War isn't seen in a certain light, I could buy that. But the reason why I have cause pause. I'm not saying that he's a racist, that he just loved Confederates. I'm not saying that. But given the location and given the time frame, and given how the university didn't initially do anything in the college professor even admitted to it, given the time frame of the election, it does just give you cause to pause, right? There's just so many factors here that gives you cause to pause. I regret the decision, and I understand that the hurtful nature of these symbols, which do not reflect my beliefs. Working at the University of South Alabama, guiding students through their academic careers and having a positive impact on them as they prepare for their next steps in life has been one of my greatest honors of my professional life. Will continue. I have learned from this error, and I am committed to doing better in the future. Charlin said, in retrospect, I can see why someone might find the image hurtful, and I regret this attempt at humor that clearly failed. It was not my intent to hurt or be offensive. And if anyone is offended by this picture, I apologize.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
I believe this first guy, right? I believe the first guy. What is the first guy's name? I believe Bob Wood. Alex Charlin, I don't believe Alex Charlin. Because I want you to understand something about when it comes to racist, absurdist humor. They tend to want to stand out like that. So that's the point. The point is to be so outrageous that you try to make it funny. That's why when you see these racists share these stupid racist memes and they try to say things in code, they attempt to be so over the top and they attempt to be so hyperbolic with it. But it's said for a reason. It's done for a reason. And that's why I have a hard time believing, because again, it was Bob, it was Bob Wood who wore the costume, but Charlon and the other guy, they were the people with the noose, right? The noose and the whoop. Now see that goes, that goes beyond it, because there were Confederate soldiers who may not have necessarily agreed with freaking slavery, but just were fighting because of brainwashing. Happens all the time. But the whoop and the noose, that can't be mistaken. You knew what that was. And you did it as a team up. So now that I'm hearing Charlotte's statement, I am questioning Bob Wood a little bit more, because if it were last minute, why were you guys matching from the same time area? Like, why would you have a Confederate, costume on? One guy has a noose and one guy has a whip. Wouldn't one guy, one guy wear a Confederate costume, maybe another guy wear like a Buzz Lightyear costume, another guy wear like a Thundercats type of costume? You would have different costumes, but they all synchronize. See, that's what adds a little bit more to it. It was not my intent to offend, and I have learned from this experience, Charlotte added. And CNN reached out to the last chick, Teresa Weltley, and they didn't get a comment. It's very, very interesting that this happened. And man, it wasn't until I started reading the statements that I'm placing more of a wide eye at the teachers now, because it'd be one thing, because again, Bob Wood said it was a last minute costume choice for the Confederate soldier type of costume. Well, then that doesn't explain why the other two, they had a noose and a whip, right? Because if it were a last minute choice, then why would you guys synchronize, and why would you just have a noose and a whip? You just had that just for that particular engagement? Because I mean people carry around freaking whips. Don't get me wrong. Some people are freaky in their freaking bedroom. Don't get me wrong. But that's not a common thing. I mean, I guarantee you that if you go in most American households, you're not going to see that most times, right? So it does make you wonder. And then who tied the freaking noose? And did you buy that as a noose, or did you tie it as a noose? Because if you tied it up into a noose, then that leaves me with even more questions. So I think university should just place these people on leave. They should go ahead and just fire them. Because now that I've read through the whole article and heard the facts, there's a lot of things, and then actually read the statements. There's a lot of questions here. There's an awful lot of questions here. There's an awful lot of questions here. So that was pretty spicy. DM Cox, how you doing, sir? I salute you. Welcome to the chat. All right, let's see what you said here. We talking about race today. Can't wait for the re. All right, DA, we understand he a good old boy. Yeah, he is. Oh my God, that was crazy, wasn't it? Because it was, again, I think that had they not put out a statement, I could have given them some plausible deniability. But Bob Wood, what he said, it's like, That was crazy. That was real crazy, man. That was real crazy. I just, man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, so we gotta discuss this. People have been asking me about it, and I'm just so sick of hearing about it. Good God, I'm so sick of hearing about this shit with the goddamn Meghan Markle and fucking Prince Harry. I'm gonna cover this real quick. I don't want to hear nothing else about this shit ever again. I hate this story. I hate these people. God, Jesus. All right, CNN. Buckingham Palace says royal family is saddened in first statement since Harry and Meghan interview. All right, so here we go. Buckingham Palace broke his silence Tuesday evening over Harry and Meghan's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, saying in a statement on behalf of the Queen that allegations of racism made by the Sussexes were concerning and being taken very seriously. The whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The statement reads, the issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. The statement adds, Harry, Meghan, and Archie will always be much loved family members. And I'm going to tell you something real quick. There were questions about, I remember parts of the interview that I watched, Megan was basically saying that some people in the family were questioning about how dark the baby, their child was gonna freaking be, and there are people on the right who were questioning this, and it's so crazy because there's nothing crazy about that statement, because I know for a fact even in black families that happens. Like for example, jaundice is a very common thing with newborns, and so I can tell you for a fact that for a lot of dark-skinned men who have children by dark-skinned women like myself, when we first see our children born light-skinned because of the jaundice, we question about how dark the children are. So you telling me that people who are royalty, fucking royalty, I mean, historically, these people would treat women like shit because they were born women. They weren't born boys. That's how much they care about the status of the child when it's freaking born. And now you're shocked. You're slightly fucking shocked, right? When that issue comes up and you're sitting there down, again, people on the right, at the moment, they make me fucking sick. This whole culture war shit, it's like, it's gotten to the point where people don't understand the reason why it happens, right? So I want to show you something real quick. Show you something, because Meghan Markle mentioned racism concerning her child, and people out there are doubting it, right? Archie. I want to show you something real quick. There's a journalist that was fired. Yeah, here we go. It's from the BBC. I want to show you the racism that these people face. All right, this is from the BBC, the fucking BBC, right? Danny Baker fired by BBC over royal baby chimp tweet. It's from 2019. On the BBC, a fucking journalist tweeting out about Meghan Markle and Harry's baby, calling the baby a goddamn chimp. Wow. The BBC has sacked Danny Baker, saying he showed a serious error of judgment over his tweet about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's baby. A tweet which he later deleted, but which has been circulated on social media, showed an image of a couple holding hands with a chimpanzee dressed in clothes with the caption, "Royal baby leaves hospital." Wow. 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 That is just... Oh, my God. That is... You have shit like this happening, and you have people out there just doubt. It's just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that you have people out there just doubting this shit. When this shit happens, even in black families. Even in black families, this shit happens. And there's no way you're telling me that a royal family who's been held together that fucking long has no fucking racism. You can miss me with that shit. You can make like a fucking free throw being shot at by a Shaquille O'Neal stormtrooper and miss me with that shit. Oh my God, you can miss me with that shit. Buckingham Palace's response comes more than 36 hours after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made a series of damning accusations in their first sit-down interview since stepping back from life as senior royals and moving to the U.S. last year. The interview plunged the royal household into a crisis. Some of the claims, including the allegations of racism and Meghan's admission as she felt suicidal during her first pregnancy, have the potential to deeply impact the royal family's reputation and have left a cloud of suspicion over some of its members. The family waited to respond until the interview had aired in the UK to allow viewers in the country to watch it first, a royal source told CNN. And that's a great thing, but it's like, it's just, wow. It's amazing this happened. And you had people out there making fun of the baby. You go over to some of the freaking Breitbarts, right? And it's just like, I want to show you some of the right wing American ISIS fucking racists. I want you to see this shit, right? You go to any article, right? You go to any article about Meghan Markle, right? You go over to Breitbart. You go over to any article about it. And you go over to the comment section. And if you go over to any of the freaking comment section, and you will see it, right? You will see it. It is just, it's the most disgusting shit you've seen in your fucking life, right? Right? And I'm gonna just open this freaking article, right? And look at the different spin here, right? Queen hits back at Meghan racism claims. Some regulations may hits back. Do you think the Queen is gonna hit back over something like that? Now, that's their claim, right? Here's the full statement. Right. The whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recognitions may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry and Meghan and Archie will always be much-loved family members. Much loved. But she's hitting back. She's much loved, but hitting back. Think about it. Think about the freaking spin here. And it's not even, and again, that's the whole statement. Do you think that she's hitting back, or she's just saying, okay, these claims are made, we take them seriously, we don't want our reputation to be ruined, sorry that this happened. Do you think that happened, or do you think it is as Breitbart is putting it, right? Right? I want you to see this shit, right? From Paul here, right? God bless the Queen. Prayers for her husband, Prince Philip, too. Meghan is low-life scum. Meghan is low-life scum. Freedom Ring 17, right? Meghan admitted she has a severe mental illness, no coping skills, and had thoughts of suicide. No doubt her view of reality is distorted. The monarchy basically said this, albeit politely. Different recollections, this was not. Her distorted perception, yes, this was. The girl admitted to thoughts of suicide, and you're using that to discredit her. Wow. Meghan is a stone-cold narcissist who has abused a weakling and is now trying to complete his separation from his family. He's fucking royalty. You can't force royalty to do anything. It is just, watch this. Watch this from Pretty Pauly right here. And I want you to see this shit. It is just, I want you to see this incredible shit, right? I want you to see this incredible shit. It is just, it's mind-blowing how fucking insane people on the right have become. How fucking out of control, how out of their fucking minds they have become. I want you to see this shit, right? I think she's a plant of the globalists such as Soros who want to wreck the UK's institutions in preparation for global government. They were introduced through the Obamas, who are Soros pawns and funded by Soros in their presidential races. Biden and Hillary Clinton, also both Soros pawns, have popped up support to support her today, which looks very suspicious. So I'm calling deliberately orchestrated and planned globalist undermining of the RF as part of the globalist Great Reset. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. She's a plant of the globalists. Do you think that she's a plant of the globalists, right? Or do you think that Harry just met a really, really pretty lady? She gave him some really good pussy. And he said, I want to marry this great pussy. Which one do you think is more likely? Do you think... which one do you think is more likely? Which one do you think is more likely? All right, this was our reaction to part of the Great Recess. Liz and Colin, Right? 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 Wow, man. Wow. Frank, again, they're making fun of how big her butt is, right? I thought she was holding out for the Star Wars prequel, Jabba the Butt. You're making, and people out here, look, United States Marine Corps, some of you veterans are fucking embarrassing. He's sitting there laughing, like, what are you talking? Okay, they talk about Stacey Abrams. It's like, Stacey Abrams looks like Aunt Jemima. And you don't think that's a little racist? Wow. And you don't even think that she's somewhat, watch this. They don't even think that she somewhat loves this man, right? I'm waiting for the divorce in about 5 to 10 years when she realizes she's not getting any younger and her career will suck. She will then latch onto some hot shot for publicity and maybe a career boost or makeover, and ditches Harry taking half of his money because California is a 50-50 state. Way to go, Harry. You don't think that maybe they might love each other? Right? It's just, unbelievable. And you're wondering why this woman was suicidal. Look at some of those insane comments, man. If somebody comes out and says, I was suicidal at one point, look at that shit, man. Some of y'all have lost, some people out there on the right have lost your fucking minds, dude. Like, you have just completely lost the goddamn plot. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is why I run this show and I say, call into the goddamn show. We aren't doing this for cowardly shit. Because, see, cowards sit there, right, and do shit like that. No, you are not going to be a fucking coward here. No, you're not going to be a coward here. You are going to find your fucking bravery here. Yes, you will. You're going to find your bravery here. I'm so tired of that, man. I'm tired of people doing that cowardly shit of just shitting on people constantly, pretending that you're not fucking racist, right? Pretend like, I just disagree. I just disagree. I am not racist. I just disagree. DA, I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
All right. Now, granted, DA, I know I only disagree when it comes to somebody who is got a little bit more melanin, but I'm not racist. I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
I am not racist, DA. All right. Did you see those goddamn comments? Just fucking stupid shit, man. And you wonder why this girl is speaking about their racism. When some of you fucking idiots out there are some of the most racist retards I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Shit pisses me the fuck off, man. I can't stand these goddamn assholes. God damn. Yeah, I'm not racist. Why is she calling it about racism? Nigga, I just Googled some shit. A random fucking article. And I saw exactly what people were talking about. Right? DM Cosplay, how you doing, sir? Just going to read out some chats here. I hate to say this, but it's only a bombshell. Non-black people, we had these talks for decades. It's not surprising. Colorism a real issue. That's very true. And if you're over 60, you probably have some outdated views. Just saying. Unfortunately, I've come to expect this from the right. Me too. Me too. You know, I went to a random article and just scrolled down. I just started reading damn comments. It's not like I took anybody out of fucking context. I was reading the actual comments from the live damn article. Was I not? Reading the actual comments from the actual article. I told you, if you just Google some shit, you'll find the truth about what people actually think. if you just Google some shit, you find out exactly what people think about you. That's why when the right tries to come at me with all that other shit, I know exactly what you think of me now. I got Google. And the best part about the search engines is that you can filter out by date. So not only do I know what you think, I know about it when you were thinking it. So don't feed me the goddamn lie, because I'm not gonna believe it. No, the American right now is the most racist part of the American experience right now. Sorry. It is what it is. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You can not like it, you can hate it. Don't make me a fucking difference. By the way, 420 spoke me if you got him. 420 spoke me if you got him. All right. By the way, that was sour skunk. Oh, man. And that skunk was definitely sour. Definitely. Definitely sour. So, we're going to get into some more juicy pieces here. You know, I enjoy getting some spicy meatballs for you guys. So oh my God. Okay, so we're going to talk about the conservative culture war. Don't worry. This one's going to be funny. You're going to have a good time with this one. All right, it's from TMZ. All right, it's from TMZ, and I got to tell you from the start, man.
You're about to experience a nigga moment.
Representatives Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz request hearing on conservatorship. Invoke Britney Spears. Yeah, this is where we're at. The fucking American right is so desperate. They are so fucking desperate. They have lost the plot so goddamn hard to the point where they're using Britney goddamn Spears. Listen, I have nothing against Britney Spears. I love Britney. I used to love me some Britney, all right? That little, you know, when she was coming up, man, Britney Spears was the shit now. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I love me some Britney. But come, guys. You had Diamond and Silk. You had Candace Owens. You brought in 50 Cent. You brought in Lil Wayne and Ice Cube, even though we know that you don't believe anything that Lil Wayne and Ice Cube believes. You brought in Kanye West, even though it's pretty clear Kanye West, if you listen to any of his music, he wouldn't exactly with the whole, you know, I love the police shit. So that was disingenuous. You were caping up for Gina Carano. Again, are you that desperate? Well, you will scrape again. Even a starving person wouldn't scrape a plate as hard as the right is scraping at the bottom of a goddamn barrel to try to win a goddamn culture war. You got people out here starving. You got business out here closing. You got gun rights being shit on. Free speech rights being shit on. Cops being fucking psychos. Judge being goddamn psychos. And here they are worrying about the culture war and invoking Britney goddamn Spears. What type of shit? let's get into it. Britney Spears' conservatorship drama is about to be front and center in front of our nationally elected officials. That is, if Representatives Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz get their way. The congressmen from Ohio and Florida, sent a letter to the House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler requesting a hearing on the issue of conservatorship/guardianship using Britney's situation as Exhibit A for why it must be dissected. They say too many Americans are being taken advantage of in these court-devised constructs, often without any say in the matter, and argue that many then become trapped for life and with no effective way for recourse. And that's pretty. I think that it's very interesting how they're kind of like going it. You know, they're taking a different route towards it, right? It's very, very interesting. I do agree in theory with what they're saying. I do agree in theory with what they're saying. The whole guardianship issue needs to be addressed. If you look at the featured video on my channel, I totally agree. This needs to be addressed. The guardianship issue, it is a serious issue. I mean, and again, if that's strictly if they're avoiding the whole culture war shit and they're strictly focusing on the guardianship issue in family courts, that's fair. That's fair. That's a direction that GOP could actually go for a winning issue, because it's an issue that affects a lot of families that should be looked at. You know, then they bring up Brit. The most striking example is perhaps the case of multi-platinum performing artist Britney Spears, explaining she's been in a conservatorship since 2008, alleging the motives of her father / co-conservator Jamie Spears are questionable. House members add in court appearances in August and November of 2020, Ms. Spears' attorney represented to the court that Ms. Spears' strongly opposed having her father as a conservator, that she was afraid of her father, and that she would not again perform publicly so long as this arrangement persisted. What they're not saying, neither Britney nor her court-appointed lawyers have ever asked to end the conservatorship ever. So again, she's being milked for money, she's being taken advantage of, and no one's doing anything about it. And I want, again, I'm going to go a little bit easier on Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan compared to how I normally would be, because if they are cutting away from the whole cancel culture shit and focusing on this issue and trying to champion this issue, Godspeed. They have my freaking support. Finally, the GOP is coming up with an issue that I can stand behind, because that means that the GOP has to has to actually go against family court. And that is an issue. I told people the GOP and the Democrat Party was going to go after family court, and now you're seeing it. Because there's no way that you can talk about conservatorship and guardianship, those issues, without discussing family courts. You're forced to. And once that opens up, once that becomes more of an issue, we're gonna see some actual change, because I think that it's kind of a compound type of effect. Right now, you have significant people on the right who are upset at cops and judges, especially judges, because Trump wasn't given the election win. So right now there is scrutiny on judges that you didn't see before. And the left, well, you know how they feel about judges and goddamn cops. They like them when they do things that they like, but right now, a lot of them didn't do things that they like for the past 4 years. So what do you think they're going to be targeting? I'm glad that if they're going to be focusing on this issue and not so much the culture war and cancel culture bullshit, Godspeed. Good shit. I normally can't stand Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz, but for this issue, I salute y'all. And Britney Spears, Godspeed. I think what's happening to that girl is horrible. It's bullshit. So I think that my prediction is becoming more and more true. as time passes on. People are seeing that my prediction that family court, they are going to become targeted. And I think that one of the reasons why that's going to be happening is because, with all the freaking divorces and domestic violence cases and child abuse cases are going to be popping up into family courts as soon as all the courts open back up across the country on a federal, state, on a civil and criminal level. Especially when you start looking at the family courts on the civil level, you're going to see a lot of flood of cases, and it's gonna really strain the system. And what that's going to do is you're going to hear about a lot of these cases, a lot more of these cases where people are getting screwed, and you're hearing about it now. Even during the pandemic, you're hearing about freaking Dr. Dre and Adele. You started hearing about a lot more about divorces and the cost of those, and people attacking the system based on that. And now you're finally seeing where federal level politicians, I warn family courts, if you guys kept doing the things that you were doing, people were gonna start freaking noticing. Well, this is step one, because Joe Biden has already announced he's going after freaking family courts over what happened to his freaking son. He didn't say it was because of what happened to his freaking son, but you don't go after Joe Biden's son and think that he's not going to retaliate. Oh yeah. So family courts across the country are going to be attacked in a two-pronged way, in a way that they've never experienced before. So, with that being said, I want to wish them the best of luck. And revenge is going to be so goddamn sweet. I can't wait. Oh, my God. DM Cosmic Chaos says, I back anyone that attacks family court. I do too, baby. I do too. It's going to be a spicy meatball. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when family court suffers, because they're assholes and they deserve it. So, a little spiel I went through earlier, just a kind of a spiel I just wanted to get off my chest about conservatives, but all right. So I'm looking at this there's a little bit of a development situation that's going on like right now. But guys, let me know in the comments what stories would you like for me to cover, and what stories would you like for me to look into, because I want you guys to understand that I do cover a lot of news that I think is interesting, but at the same time, though, just because I think it's interesting doesn't mean that you might too. So if there's some things that you want me to cover, I'll cover it. But the thing about it is that I'm not gonna just sit here and just I'm not gonna just cover like one side. Like, for example, you get people out there who's like, I'm on the right and I want you to cover things that like attack the freaking left. It's like, I'm just not gonna do that. Or like, if you're on the left, you're like, I want you to attack everybody on the right. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. Or somebody's like, people are like, well, I want you to, say certain things, or, I just don't understand why some people, want me to say things that their favorite content creators say, like for example, they want me to be more like, more like Brandon fucking Tatum, or they want me to be more like ABL, and it's like, I'm not any of that. And there's a few stories that I want to cover that were pretty crazy. So we're gonna be back with the Breonna Taylor story. All right, so from TMZ, it's gonna be pretty crazy, man. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, criminal charges dropped permanently. why were criminal charges ever brought to this man in the first place? It just adds insult to goddamn injury. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, won't ever have to worry about facing charges over the raid on his home that left his girlfriend dead because a judge has deemed it so. Judge Olu Stevens of Jefferson Circuit Court in Kentucky handed down the ruling Monday that the criminal charges Kenneth was originally facing in the immediate aftermath, assault and attempted murder of an officer, will be dismissed without prejudice. Dismissed with prejudice, I should say. That means that they can't be filed against him again. A motion to dismiss with prejudice was recently filed by Jefferson Commonwealth's attorney Tom Wine, who said no new evidence had come to light that he felt could prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Kenneth knew he was shooting at cops on that fateful night. And that is just ridiculous, man. It's like, but why would you file any charges? If someone's girlfriend ends up dead, there was no proof any of them had did anything wrong. The officers get off of murder. They murdered that girl. And you charge the boyfriend for shooting back at him? For shooting at someone coming into their home? Well, they knocked. One neighbor said that, and that one neighbor recanted. It's just unbelievable. Wine had already filed to dismiss the charges without prejudice almost a full year ago, but he left the door open to possibly recharge him pending further investigation. Now he and more importantly a judge have closed the book on the issue. At the heart of it is the lingering unanswered question about whether Louisville PD officers announced themselves as cops before busting in, something Kenneth has maintained did not happen, which was why he says he shot to defend himself against intruders. Of course, the police insist they did announce themselves, but Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly also suggested that perhaps both things were true, that they did announce themselves, but Kenneth simply didn't hear or couldn't make out what was being said amid the ruckus. The decision to dismiss charges against Kenneth seems to fly in the face of AG Daniel Cameron's decision not to charge any of the cops directly with Breonna Taylor's killing, saying a grand jury found the officers had, in fact, announced. He said it with much certainty. It's a gray area that might not ever get a clear answer. But on the criminality side of it, Kenneth's safe. Remember, though, Mattingly is still suing him in civil courts over this. So the officer involved in the case is still suing this man. You're suing someone who's girl. You fucking pig. You disgusting piece of shit. God, Jesus Christ. You got PTSD for coming to someone. Oh my God. It's wow. That is just. Read that fucking headline. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend sued by cop he shot. Claims severe trauma and Good God, man. Good. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. This fucking piece of shit scum pig sues a man whose girlfriend you fucking killed. He claims that his actions, that Kenneth Walker, that his actions were outrageous and intolerable and offends all accepted standards of decency and morality. Someone came into your house who you aren't sure are goddamn cops and you start shooting. Intolerable. Outrageous. This is why when people say, oh, well, violence against officers have increased. Shut the fuck up. Good. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not covering a story like that. Don't ask me to. Good. Because at this point, until I see a change, they fucking deserve it. They fucking deserve it. Don't like it? I don't give a flying fuck. It's someone that doesn't like what I have to goddamn say right now. I don't give a shit. This scumbag and anyone who defends cops at this moment, at this point in time, is a piece of fucking shit, and I will maintain it. I don't care if I told you recently that I liked you. I don't care if I told you in the past that I liked you. If you cannot concede that cops need to goddamn change, you are a piece of goddamn shit. And I will continuously call you a piece of goddamn shit until you change. Until you do better. Until you set better standards for yourself, you piece of shit. This is a goddamn pig. And anyone who defends these actions is a pig too. They want to lock this man up, lock up Kenneth Walker for fucking what? Because this goddamn pig, so that this pig can be fucking safe? You had people out there, and I want y'all to see me. I want y'all to see my damn face. Fuck that shit. No. I want to say what I want to say about Breonna Taylor. I want you out of here. You had people out there, pieces of fucking shit. Fucking shit. Pieces of goddamn human garbage out there saying, well, you know, she had an ex-boyfriend who used to do drugs. You know, you lay down with pigs. Excuse me. Do you fucking retards understand what you're telling every woman out there who gets away from an abusive man or a man who breaks the goddamn law? Do you understand what you're telling that young lady? That there's no point in you getting away from him. No point. If you ever mess with him, if you ever get killed by the goddamn cops, that's on you. So the question that I gotta ask is, what is the goddamn time frame? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? How long do I gotta be away from this damn man so that if I get killed by the goddamn cops, right? If I get killed by the goddamn cops, how long would I have to be not involved with the man to not deserve to be goddamn shot? Come on, racist. Tell me, how long? See, these fucking right-wing fucking mashed potatoes and fucking gravy, goddamn biscuits and gravy, sweet tea guzzling, fucking Slim Jims, fucking wrecking, mudding, Confederate flag waving, Nazi flag waving, MAGA hat loving retards. They never asked themselves that fucking question. What message are you sending to young women out there who has ever messed with somebody who's abusive or breaks the goddamn law? You're telling them that even if you get away from them, if you suffer anything, it's still your fault. Fuck you for that. The right can lick my goddamn balls for that. Until you purge the people who say stupid shit like that, who do dumb shit like that, you are shit to me. That's how I feel about the goddamn right. You are shit to me. Until you purge people like this. Don't at me. I said what I fucking said. Don't care who doesn't goddamn like it. And I will clip that shit. I will clip that shit. Don't worry, DM. You gonna get it. Everybody gonna get it. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the show today. Thank you for joining the show. Love you guys. Be safe. Anyways, let me go and check the Skype line, see if anyone called in. Nope. All right, let's go check the Discord. See. Nope. All right, guys. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the show. Be safe. Wear a mask. Go get COVID. We're gonna read one more comment here. The right what dream the castle doctrine and try to throw the best example out the window and then want to talk about gun rights. Clowns. Yeah, absolutely clowns. Clowns. Just
enough from the clown.
Totally agree with you guys. Anyways, be safe, guys. Wear a mask. Don't get COVID. I salute you all. DM Cause Kansas. Everybody else who's watching, I salute you. Horns up. Peace out. Good night and good luck.